Hi, welcome to Dose of Reality. My name is Abby Weiss, and I'm the host. This is episode 7, A Path to Peace. Today, we're here with Sean and Evelyn from Path to Peace. Would you guys like to give a brief introduction of who you are and what you're here for today?
Ladies first.
Sure. So I am Evelyn, and I am the founder of Path to Peace. And Path to Peace was created to help individuals that need any type of assistance with health, drug use, mental health, trying to get back on track. So just giving back to the community.
Thank you for that. Sean, you want to give a brief intro?
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm with Path to Peace. I'm the director. So, yes, we do work in the community. We work strongly with housing, recovery. It's a big thing in this county. I'm an ex-felon, so I have a little bit of a story, a little bit of a nut, still wild, but I'm having fun doing this. I like helping people, and we're just growing every day. It's great. You know, I get to be in here doing this with you guys.
We're happy to have you.
And I love this stuff.
Okay, so tell me more. Give me a broad scope of what Path to Peace does and both of your guys' roles there.
So with Path to Peace, the purpose of it was to help anybody that needed help, and it is created to be very low barrier so that we can help whomever is in need in the community. Harm reduction is a big deal, and really wanting to be there to, help people who use drugs and make, them not feel ashamed and no stigma, because we want to keep people alive so that there could be trust and we can continue to help people every day. And in doing so, realizing that it's not just drug use that is an issue that we have here. It is a housing issue, it is a mental health issue, and really trying to break all those barriers. And instead of just kind of like keeping, we're saying like break the stigma of things, but yeah, it's like mental health is over here, substance use is over here, housing is over here, incarceration over here. And we need to start bringing those things together. And all these players that we have in the community need to work together on it so that we have better hope for and better outcomes for the individuals that we serve.
Absolutely. So Path to Peace is kind of like multifaceted in all of the aspects where you're helping people.
Correct.
From what I'm understanding. Okay.
I am the founder, and I started looking into starting a nonprofit in 2024, and that's when I decided to come up with Path to Peace. And it is just from a variety of different things, from what I saw growing up, substance use, incarceration, violence in the area that I was living, and seeing that there were stories behind these people. So it wasn't just like what you see on the news and all that. There was a story to them because I knew them, So wanting to be helpful, and then living in this area, seeing, some of the things that I see every day. And I just feel like things need to change a little bit, and breaking those barriers and making sure that like we're not staying in like just our own little circles, like mental health is here, substance use is here, and, felons are here, like really being a one-stop shop, or like bridging that gap so that people don't have to go to so many places. And all of us, we have a lot of community resources, all of us like working together to do that. And, I have a lot of experience working in the Lehigh Valley, where like I got to work at this place called the Center of Excellence, and it was wonderful. And we did exactly that, so that's just what I want to do here. I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything,
You're just putting all of the Stokes together.
Yeah, I just want to put it together.
Yeah, thank you for that. Sean, do you want to tell us about your role?
Yes, I'm the director of Path to Peace. I met this lovely young lady when I came out. I did 3 years in state prison. I shouldn't even be alive, thank God. I am. It was definitely a life lesson learned. It put me in a position I needed to be in to make it where I am. I had to learn the hard way. My recovery was definitely going to prison, because if not, I probably wouldn't be alive. I should have been alive that night it happened that I went, but it put me in this position, and like God is good. I didn't know when I came out I was going to come out through the barber school with Dave that owns Trinity, and we were going to run that and, work in the barber shop. And then I got into the recovery aspect, and I see the recovery house, and they didn't have much set up. We didn't know what was going on. Everybody's new to recovery in Monroe County. So I'm like, oh, I like this. I need this. Let's do this. So I started making the contracts with businesses and talking to the rehabs, anywhere from Miramont to Pyramid to Northbound to PMRC, to Clear Vision, everybody. And I ran with that, and that's how I met Evelyn, through Stan, the man. I love Stan. He's the man. Stan is the man with the Letty program. Stan, we're calling you out, but Stan's the man. So we kind of ran with it, and I met Evelyn. She was doing the case management. She had just stopped. She just started Path to Peace, and she was working at Allentown. And she has a very good reputation in Allentown. Like, you talk about Evelyn Allentown, they're like, yeah, she's awesome. She's the GOAT. Like, she does. So we kind of hooked up, got together, and just put together this organization. Like she said, when you're coming together with the community, we had a good connection with AMZ, the barber school, like the housing, like, and it was just like a perfect team up, you know, like a little super team to put it together.
So what's the connection here? Can you tell us more about the housing? Tell us more about AMZ. Tell us more about the barber school, because I think these are all really important collaborative pieces that are going on with Path to Peace.
Absolutely. Yeah, the barber school, like I said, that's what we were supposed to do initially until I swerved. But it's such a demand. So when you're a felon, right, when you're in state prison, the highest trade to get into in there is barbering. There's like a year's wait list, like a couple years to get in there. And like, so you have to have, that's what I never understood in your bid. It's like 5 years and over before you can be eligible for the barber school program. But like, it should be more catered to a short time to give you the career to change. Like, we're working with Monroe County now. We're setting up the school in Monroe County Jail to where potentially they get out. They can literally come to our school, paid for in the jail, and finish outside. And hopefully AMC we're working with, we were able to get from the commissioner's office. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to the commissioner's office. They're great. They have helped us through everything. We got the van for the guys. They're funding 10 guys with OUD to come to the barber school. We're matching the scholarship for the guys, 5-5. We're matching that scholarship so that they can start it. Any guys, 10 guys with OUD. And that's just a start. So we're going to potentially, Dave wants to set up the house right across the street in Tannersville for the barber school guys so that they can literally walk across the street and go to barber school. Because it changes your life. It doesn't matter about record, background, race, nothing. Nothing matters because like it's something that you can use a tool to change your life. And through that, everything is going. Like we have, you know, we work with them. Dave has 3 recovery houses. Evelyn does most of the case management. You know, we work with Northbound, the Bridge Foundation, everywhere. Like there's just tons of CMP. We go to all the CJAB meetings, the criminal justice. Yeah, well, that is a criminal justice advisory board, but the reentry. I'm big on reentry. I love reentry because like it's hard when you're a felon. Like when you get out, like I have my degrees and all that. It didn't matter. I was still in knucklehead. Like, it didn't matter. But, like, you can literally get out. You have to go to parole, right? You have to get a house. You could have lost everything while you're in there because you don't pay your property taxes. They'll take your house, right? Take your car. You lose everything when you go in. You're a lost soul there. Like, I have a very close circle of friends like Dave, Mike, and them that have been there through thick and thin. All these people back in the day that were there for you, they're not around when you're in there. So I keep a very close circle, positive people doing things. And it's just hard, man. You got to get out. You got to get a car. You got to get a place. You got to report to parole. You got to do your classes. You got to do this. And you got to work at McDonald's, scrubbing floors or doing whatever you can, which is not enough to survive. And it's a bad stipulation. It's, you know, it's awful.
So you guys are kind of that bridge piece between where someone's like at that rock bottom and then re-entering into somewhat of a normal lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, and it's really tough. Rent is hard. Like it's terrible. We have working homeless right now. People have jobs and they're living in the woods. People have jobs and they're living in their car. I get calls from people that their battery is dead. I get calls from people that it's too hot and they don't have enough gas to keep the car running so that they could have air conditioner. Like, we shouldn't be having that problem, you know? So, and we do. So just working with different entities, and it's great because I've met a great deal of people here that really want to help. We have an individual that is really looking to start working with people and teach them how to do tattoos. Someone, you know, has a food store and probably can get them like the safe serve and start like working in the deli and things like that. Just things to get people set up where they need to be and they're not feeling so lost, and to learn how to run your own business. You know, there's all these expectations set for an individual, but how do you accomplish all of them when you don't have a place to live? It's like, you need to go to therapy. All right, well, I'm doing therapy, and you and I had talked about that, right? You're going to your IOP, which is all great, but then you're going back to your car, you're going back to your tent, or your kids are still getting taken away, but you got to meet this criteria and like all these expectations we're giving to you. What are we doing? And then what I love is when you read something and it's like, you know, external motivators or something like that. You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to have all these internal motivators to want to like better yourself, right? It's just like, come on. So we need to be there. And when we say meet people where they are, we really need to meet people where they are, because we can't have this expectation to be here and be like, that's where they are. That's where we're meeting them. No, we need to meet them exactly where they are, like we are saying that we're going to do. And if that is rock bottom, we're doing it at rock bottom. And I don't care if somebody, keeps hitting rock bottom or something.
It's part of recovery.
It's part of recovery. And like, we need to be there to help and build that trust and build that foundation. And we're not going to get that if we're like, you're dictating your own treatment. You know, I've heard that so much, so. Yeah.
So when you meet people at rock bottom or wherever they are in this pathway, like, what does that look like? What does first contact with you or Sean, what could someone expect?
Just to give a call. And I get like a lot of referrals. Our Letty program is like one of the best programs that has been created, because there's so much contact with that, so just having a point of contact, hey, calling me, this is what's going on, can you help? Yeah, absolutely. And I want the turnaround to be fast, because I want people to know that what they're going through is important to me, and that's why I did this. So I do all the paperwork that is mandatory, but I don't have any extra that is just there, because, when you're going through it, you don't want to be like shuffling through this and this is that and what does this mean? And, some people are just signing because like they're just trying to get services and stuff. And I can go out there with my little iPad and assist somebody wherever they need it. So right now, like, I'm not doing any, clinical services. It's all like really pure services, case management, that kind of thing. So I can go anywhere, and Sean can go anywhere. And it's really nice to be able to just sit with somebody where they feel most comfortable or something like that. They don't have to like come to the office. There's no, people don't have cars, like now people are getting in trouble for riding an e-bike. I mean, I don't know what anybody wants anybody to do anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the biggest thing too, guys. Guys, it's easy to talk to me. It's hard to talk to a person in authority, because when you're coming out of the system, recovery, like, I'm not going to sit there and tell, like, the cops, or like talk to some of these case managements that just have no clue on what recovery is. So guys talk to me. I get hit up all the time. The guys be like, yo, Sean, can I talk to you, bro? I'm like, absolutely. What are we rapping about? We'll sit down. We'll talk about anything. We'll go through. We'll go out to eat. Like, when we go down and take him for his mod program and stuff.
I
Like,
can't say his name.
Whatever. He's the man. But we have a good time. And the guys will talk to me about anything. And, like, because of my story, what I come from, it's easier for me to talk to. I'm not judging you. I am not the person to judge you. I'll never judge you. Like, what I've been through is crazy. So, like, I just want the guys to succeed. And housing's the biggest issue coming out. That's why the close collab with AMZ is the biggest resource, because now we have the 3 houses, a woman's house, 2 men's houses.
I was just going to ask you, you keep saying guys. I didn't know if this was girls and guys. Okay, I'm glad we clarified
Yes, that's
that.
just
So
me
they
saying
ended
guys.
up opening up a women's house, which is pretty amazing, because I am constantly over there with women's house, because a woman's house was like near and dear to me. And I was like, can you guys like open a woman's house? And he did. So that was like great, right?
Okay.
So, and that house, it's doing really well. And
Every time I talk to her, she's over there lifting with him, going to the gym, gardening. We're doing hair on the porch. I'm like, that's great. She's always having a good time.
great.
That's the important of it. Like, we always talk about how important community is. And
Yeah.
I think to have you guys like there front and center, actually building community with the people that you're serving is like one of the most important things.
It's that structured environment too. You need that structure when you're getting out, because if you don't have that structure, if I didn't have the structure and the people I did, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. Evelyn, Dave, Mike, everybody I have in there it's not possible. Like, you need that structure, and to have a place to lay your head down at night is the biggest thing.
Well, it makes every other part of this a whole lot
Yes.
easier.
Well, it's funny because, like, so there's, like the social determinants of health, right?
Oh, yes. I love the social determinants of health. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Continue. Sorry.
So, no, that's okay. But there's evidence that says that, like, people do better when they have a place to live.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
But yet we use housing as a reward most of the time. That is a basic human right. Unless somebody is fully like, I don't want to live in a place, it is a basic human right to have a place to sleep, to be cool, to be warm, to have running water. Like, it's just boggles my mind when it's like, well, that person's not doing what they're supposed to do, or whatever the case may be.
fact,
Not saying that
yeah.
not saying that I've seen anybody over here do that or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But I've seen it on this journey, over the years, and I've seen how recovery has changed, and that's amazing. But there are still some ideas that are very old-fashioned that don't work.
What are some of those ideas that you're still seeing like in the game?
Like, harm reduction. You and I talked about harm reduction. We talked about Narcan. Narcan's fantastic, and I feel like we really need to be promoting more drug testing kits and things of that nature. The old idea is that if you teach it, they will do it, when that is not the case at all, and that was the same mindset they had in schools. If you gave out condoms, kids were going to have sex. No, they're going to do it anyway, but they will be safe, Some of the things that I'm noticing that we still don't have here, which bigger cities have, are like the vending machines that have Narcan, that have condoms, that have test strips, baby wipes. I mean, there's and they're really important, and I've seen about 4 of them just driving into like a bigger city, and it's much needed.
Right.
And those are the things that I would love to see here, too. The simple things, just those are just that's just something that like pops into my head. But there are some just like old ideas, abstinence, that works for some people, but not everybody's journey is abstinence. And we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay that if somebody is drinking a 20-pack or whatever, 20 beers, and they go down to a 6-pack, that's progress.
Right.
It may not be what worked for you or anybody else, but that's what's working for them.
Yeah, everybody's recovery is different too.
And we have to, keep, and I'm not saying, do as you will. I just don't want harm to be happening.
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes into what you guys say is meeting people where they're at. If someone is in that progress phase of, okay, well, I'm not drinking 20 beers anymore, now it's 6, you're still meeting someone there and providing the services that they need to hopefully continue to diminish that. But if not, then you're making sure that they're not dying while they're drinking.
Exactly. And, and that's just the most important part. And we have to remember that there are people who use drugs who want to use drugs. Some people can use it recreationally, and some people cannot. And whether that's okay or not, that's
a whole different conversation.
Right, we're in the recovery aspect of it, but we want you to be safe to test it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you have a tester to test it and you're doing it, it's better than dying and not testing it. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. And then knowing that you have somebody you could come to and be like, hey, this is not what I want to do. Okay, here we are, But it was because of providing, care and no judgment in the first place.
Right. Yeah. And recovery has its fails. Guys fail. I have a guy who came back 3 times. I'll give you as many chances as you need. I'll work. I get it. It's not easy. Recovery is not easy. You just got to put one foot in front of the other day after day and don't quit. And you can make it something. You really can. You can do whatever you put your mind to. That's why this whole program, we're really trying to jump in it. Monroe County is fairly new to it. They're on board. The stigma's being broken. We work with state parole, county parole, the police station, the commissioner's office, all these, the judges, everybody, the DA are all on board. They're all about what we're doing. Leslie with Cornerstone, the reentry, because we've had guys get out still wearing their blues. They're wearing their blues. No license, no food, no nothing. And we make sure that bridge is being, that gap is being bridged from the jail out. So now they're working on the hygiene stuff, which we already had done previously. So they come out with hygiene, food, clothes kits, license, necessities. Because before we can even case manage, half the battle is we can't run the benefits until you have licenses. We can't get them this stuff. So it's just stuff that can be started in the system that helps you when you get out. We take care of everybody else, but we don't take care of our own a lot, and that's kind of the problem. But Monroe County is on board, and that's all we want to do is make a difference. There's nothing, it doesn't have to be this, that, and everybody just has to be on the same page. And it's big. I never realized how big the recovery is here. It's kind of new here, very new, and there's a lot of people that need it. And luckily, everybody's on board, and it's growing each week. You know what I mean? It's doing well.
I think even in the last couple of years, it's grown and changed so much here, and it's been incredible to watch. Kind of from the background as I slowly stepped more into the actual literal spotlight right now, but it's been really neat to see the progression of it, and it's cool to have you guys really on the front lines of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like the job stuff is big. That's why the barber program's huge for Trinity, because you can't, as a reentry recovery background, it's hard. What can you do? What job can you work? This gives you something to change your life, that you can make money literally anywhere you do it. Like we're working with the tattoo shop, the food vendor my buddies has, to get guys interning, to do all that. We're working with other resources. We have good connections with a lot of the Tannersville stuff for guys. They come out, most of them work up the street. We take them places, do events with them. You're going to what, recovery this weekend with the ladies and the guys?
All of them, yeah. NA Picnic.
NA Picnic. Okay. So with the van's a big help. We're working on like food grants and stuff, so they don't even have to worry about anything like that. Yeah, we just do a lot with the community. We do a lot of, we cut street to feet. Trinity cuts street to feet. We do the jail cuts. We did the Path to Peace. Our Path to Peace Day, we cut. It's just a good way. People are out there, they love it. Like, they want to cut. They're like, let me get a freshie, it's a good thing. It's just cool, you know what I mean? Look, I had to get a cut before I came. What are we talking about? So, I had to look good, right? The line, you see the line? Is that on camera right there? Yeah, I know it's on camera. So, I had to make it look good, you know what I mean? I had to look good for the ladies, I'm around all these pretty ladies. It makes me nervous, I don't know what to say. But, yeah, so that's about it.
You guys are really just bridging all of the gaps. I'm hearing food, housing, we're talking hygiene, we're talking jobs, like anything that makes it so that getting into a space of recovery is a whole lot easier than just getting.
They want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, and it's funny because like people are like, sum up what you do, and I'm like,
where do you start?
Well,
where do you start? I don't even know where to start. Like,
I'm like, it started as, but then it morphed into, exactly. Yeah. it morphed, and like I'm loving that, and it's because those are all the things that like I have wanted to do, and I'm able to do it.
Big maze in there. It's so full.
But I also feel like as you start with one project of it, you start to see where other gaps are, and you've had the privilege to kind of fill all of those then too, or at least be in the process of doing it.
And then like while I was like when I started doing this, like I was just doing this all like volunteer. I was like, let me show them what I can do,
She's still on that. She's still on that. Her mind, the 10,000 projects going on in there.
So I do a lot of that, right? Yeah. I bring my kids with me and stuff like that.
The taco, the dog. We have a little Path to Peace Chihuahua.
Taco. So you can get recovery services and hang out with the
he's great.
dog.
Why not? She's in her pocketbook too. It's great.
I'm also watching people's animals when they go into treatment.
Oh, yeah. Can you tell us more about that, actually?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about that.
So that didn't like, that just kind of happened. I was like, I'm going to do this. And then I started watching people's animals when they went to treatment. So right now.
Hey, Sean, I got another dog. I'm like, oh, great.
Well, I'd assume that's a barrier that people...
It is.
It is a barrier.
A barrier, an excuse, whatever we want to call it, to people receiving the treatment that they need.
Yeah, because what happens is, so you have this animal and you don't want to, like, surrender it, or you don't have people to watch it. And really only your luxury programs really allow for animals. Yeah. But there's also, like, a weight limit and all of that. And usually, like, when you're using and stuff like that, you probably didn't get its shots and stuff, so it's probably not going to be able to go. So,
and most of the people we deal with are
they're not
in the high end recovery.
Exactly. We're dealing with like individuals that like have like Medicaid funds and stuff like that, or are not insured at all. There's a lot of people that are not insured.
Yeah.
And so just like taking that off of them. I'm not announcing that I'm taking any more right now.
I was about to say, do not do.
But I am working on finding a place so I could like have them board it and stuff like that.
Pause to peace. Pause to peace. Come on, get it out there. I know you want to say it. I want to say it. So.
I love it.
So that's just like how that is, and it's just neat. And there's just so many things that I want to do in particular for moms. So that's another thing that's on my brain that I'm working with. So I mean, there's just a lot of things, and I want to be like out there. Mm-hmm. So like I want to be wherever you need me. I want to go. I don't care. I'll throw my sneakers on. I'll put a rain jacket on. I don't care. Like I want to be out there. That's because that is the most significant time is when someone reaches out for help
and you're able to help
it's such
them.
a critical moment.
Yes, and it could be. Just like if that person doesn't show up, that was the universe saying it wasn't time or something. You know what I mean?
But back to that though, with the housing as a problem though, like the one lady we had was literally working and living in a tent with a full-time job. That's a problem. That's a big problem. And able to get her housing. Mm-hmm. Now she's successful in the house. She's doing good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
With cats.
Can we bring cats to
Yeah, I
to
guess.
pause to peace?
Yeah.
I'm a cat lover, so I have nothing against
Okay.
any cats
I'm a dog guy.
whatsoever. It's
Sounds
my,
sweetie.
I'm hating. I'm sorry.
my cat won't like a cat, but so I've been dealing with dogs. But when I have like a space, put that in the universe. When I have a space, then yes, cats.
Okay. Cool.
That's why we haven't had like exotic
I feel like
pets.
this is like all over the place, and I'm just loving everything that you guys are doing.
Oh, we can keep going all over the place. What do you want to
I
do?
know.
What do you want to do? I'll keep going.
So I like to always wrap up though with what is the most monumental part of like the work that you guys are doing? Like, is there a moment that really speaks to your
The
guys'
wins.
story?
The wins.
Yeah. What's
The
your big
wins.
win?
Right now, honestly, it would have to be, working with one young lady who is now doing very well, and she is living in one of the houses that we were able to place her in, and she is still working, still thriving, doing well, and that is it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So that right there. And then I got a text message before we came in that one of the other women that I am working with, that she just got a job and she's going to be making $17.50 and she needs steel toe boots.
Awesome. I love these wins. Okay, Sean, what's yours?
The wins is every day. Every day is a win for all of us. Like, this whole thing is a win.
Yeah.
My guys are doing great. I go in there, I mess with them hardcore.
I'm not surprised.
I come in there, no, we have a blast. I mess with them hardcore. I'm like, what? You did your homework? Well, maybe come after you. No, I'm just kidding. But every day is a win. Every time that these guys succeed and move out, like one guy today, one of our new guys already got a job. Nissan. Crazy finance. Like, that's a win.
Yeah, we got to take
Every
him to
time these
TJ
guys
Maxx
win.
today.
We had guys in the house. One guy has like a year sobriety. That's a win. Like, every time these guys succeed is a win. Like, because like that's what it's about. Like, those wins that keep adding up. You know what I mean? And I want to see it every day. I want everybody to win. That's my problem. I want everybody to win. I want all of us to win.
I
We're
don't
all
see
winners.
it as a problem.
Yeah.
You guys were great today, and I cannot thank you enough for, well, one, being here, but also the work that you guys are doing. This has been a blast, and I hope that we kind of see all of these things come to fruition, because you guys have made so much happen in such a short amount of time, and it's been really neat. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening to episode 7, Path to Peace.
Peace.